Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another installment of Ramadan Reflections. And today's Ramadan reflection is an actual reflection that I have of my own personal life that I want to share with you. On March 10th this year, a few weeks ago, I received a call early in the morning here in the UK. It was about 7 o'clock in the morning, and it was my dad. My dad is on the East Coast in America, so he's 5 hours behind me. So it was quite late there in America. So receiving a call at that time, it really shook me to my core. My heart was in my throat. I could barely breathe because I thought he had bad news for me. I knew it was bad news, that he was going to tell me something happened to my mom or someone from my close family members, because he's in his 80s and there's no way in the world he would call me because he doesn't use WhatsApp like that. When I answered the phone, my father began to sing, "Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you." Although I don't practice my birthday nor the birthdays of my children because I see it as being impermissible, I don't do it. And none of my children do it. None of my children do it, and they don't know it. But I have to be honest, I never was more happier to hear happy birthday than I was on that day. And that's because I always tell my parents and my relatives, I don't do birthdays. And they embrace that and they accept that from me. And that's because, as I tell them, my real birthday is when I became a Muslim in the month of Ramadan. It was 1986, and I was 22 years old. At that time, I was in an institution of higher learning, let's call it. So being a Muslim for the last 37 years, every time Ramadan comes around, it has a special meaning to me. I mean, it's just a special time for me, a time of humility and reflection, and a time of giving shukr, thanks to Allah Azza wa Jal. So I want to take this opportunity out to do something that maybe I haven't done before, but I'll do it now. I want to pay homage and tribute and give thanks to all of my elders from the African American Muslim community who preceded me in Islam. Those people who came into Islam from the brothers and the sisters through the dar or through the leadership of Imam Warathuddin Muhammad, rahmatullahi alayhi. Those brothers who came through Jamaat al-Tabligh or Sufis or whatever it happened to be. If they are real Muslims and they were Muslims and they remain Muslims, then I want to say, may Allah reward you. Jazakallahu khairah. From the bottom of my heart and on behalf of all of the Muslims who you guys blazed the trail and you were our predecessors in coming into Islam, I want to practice the ayat of the Quran that Allah mentioned in Surah Ad-Duha. وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ. As it relates to the favors of your Lord that He gave you, then talk about them. The Prophet said in an authentic hadith, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, التحدث بنعمة الله شكرها. When you talk about the ni'mah that Allah has bestowed upon you and you share that with people, by sharing it and talking about it, that in and of itself is a way of giving thanks. So I cannot continue in Islam without acknowledging the role that these brothers and sisters played. And people who were like me, who came into Islam after them. It is not okay for us to be like some of us were. I have to acknowledge and put my hand up that at the age of 22, and I went and got some knowledge and I studied in Medina. When I came back, I was young and maybe I was tough sometimes. Maybe I wasn't acting as an appreciative person as I should have been. I should have always had rahmah for those people and mercy upon the people. It's like our parents who we have so much debt that we owe to them. We don't always see eye to eye with them, but Islam nonetheless does not allow us to disrespect them, to deal with them in a way That's not acceptable. So for all of those African American brothers and sisters, my people, who I have a tremendous amount of love for, wallahi, I don't subscribe to the Aqidah and the Minhaj of any of those groups. I don't support what's being said, understood, and believed in any of those groups. That's not what I'm doing here, and that's not what I'm saying. But I absolutely have to acknowledge and say publicly to all of you, Jazakumullahu khaira. Wallahi, I stand on your shoulders. I'm giving dawah to Islam and dawah to the Sunnah, inshallah. Dawah to the Tawheed of Allah. Dawah to help the Muslim community know the only Islam that Allah is going to accept from us Yawm al-Qiyamah is the Islam that resembles what the companions were upon. Radiyallahu anhum. And we're all on a journey, and I pray to Allah Azza wa Jal that He puts us all on the Siratul Mustaqim that we ask for in our prayer on a daily basis. And the Siratul Mustaqim, the straight path, the middle path, is the path of Abu Bakr and Umar and Uthman and Ali and the rest of those companions. May Allah Ta'ala be pleased with them. We've lost a lot of brothers and sisters from our elders along the way. And even those people while they're in their graves. In this blessed month of Ramadan, as I fast during these days, I ask Allah Ta'ala to have mercy upon them and to forgive them and to put all of you guys collectively in His Jannat Firdaus without any punishment and without any questions. May Allah Ta'ala make it easy for all of us. Nothing but love for you guys, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.